What's happening, Hoodlum gang? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Hoodie from the Hood, aka your friend from that big old N. And today, got a very special video, very special conversation. You know what? I need to correct myself. I keep on saying something that I actually didn't want to be a part of my channel, and that's interview. We don't do interviews over here. We have casual conversations with friends, homies, and acquaintances. That's what we do over here. So, without further ado, my homie, Raccit. What's up, my nigga?
What's the deal, homie? How you doing?
Oh, you know, another one like the other one, homie. On this beautiful Sunday out here in this America's finest city, as they call it. You know what I mean?
San Diego, baby. Yes, sir.
This was also a long time coming. Like I said, it's been on me and getting my stuff together, but here we have it.
Yes, sir.
Now,
thank you for having me, bro.
We got to get this out the way because they're gonna be like, what? What's your name again?
You call me Raccit Loc. I'm your favorite hood. I'm from San Diego neighborhood, Rolling 40s crib.
All right. Now, Raccit, spell that for the viewers.
I spell R-A-C-C-I-T. Basically, all it is rabbit with the bees turn to seeds. You feel me?
That part. All right. When were you born?
1977.
1977. And do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I got two older sisters.
Two older sisters. And where were you born at?
San Diego. I'm a sharp baby.
Me too. What section do you recall moving to first? Like, as far as you being like that you can remember, whether it be 3, 4, 5 years old, where did you live at?
Well, when I first, about 3, 4, 5, we was in the coast. My mama used to live on Clay Street, right next to the Women's Hall. I got a lot of ties to West Coast, and my early upbringings up until about 11, about 10, I was in the coast. And then I transitioned over there to the 40s.
All right, and when you moved to the 40s, what street did you move to?
42nd Street. 42nd and Market.
All right by Oscars.
Yeah, 7 houses down from Oscars. Me and Oscars have a long history, a long, nice story.
Man, I bet, and we're gonna get into a little bit of that. But I'm guessing you said you moved to the hood at 10 years old, just by 87.
Yeah.
So growing up in the coast, you was already aware of what the Crips was.
Yeah, well, I was, at that age, I was a kid doing kid shit. You know, you see niggas on the corner doing their thing, but it's just an afterthought, you know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, a nigga done got shot at as a kid over there in the coast a few times before I even went to the hood. Just being outside on some baby shit, you know what I'm saying? Just being caught up in the rap shit, you feel
Right.
me? So already, yeah, I did know what it was like before I even moved over there, yeah.
And what was that like, experiencing that at an early age?
It was crazy because my older sister, Toddy, she's 6 years older than me, so she was like, she's square bare now, but she was really with that shit back in the days. So I used to look up to her. So she was outside in the coast, big crippin', you know what I'm saying?
Is your sister from the coast?
Yes. Yeah, my big sister, Toddy King, she's part of that King family. But yeah, she's from West Coast. And then my big cousin, Skeeter Rabbit, from West Coast, rest in peace. I love you, big bro. But that's where my name originally came from his name.
Right. Now, what schools did you attend over in the coast?
I went to I went to Stockton before it turned King. My mom was actually a teacher at Stockton. And then I went to Memorial until I was like in the 3rd, maybe 4th grade.
The homie a fossil, he said Stockton. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, it was Stockton.
My whole life has been called King.
It was Stockton back then.
All right. So when you moved over to the set, this about 87.
Mm-hmm.
Did you make it to Choice?
Oh yeah.
You made it to Choice.
I thugged out a few years in Choice, from the 4th grade on up.
Right. Because Choice went to the 6th grade, didn't he?
Yeah, I went to the 6th grade.
Right.
I'm class of 1989.
Right.
Yeah.
So how was it at Choice? I'm guessing you moved on 42nd. You going to Choice. You starting to meet homies from the hood.
Bro, back then,
or trying to claim the hood.
Back then, all the homies I was with was all A-Base, we wasn't even thinking about the set at that time. We was just kids in the set doing what kids in the set do, you know what I'm saying? Dirt fights, there's a lot of dirt canes back then, you know what I'm saying? Just marbles, stealing bikes, you know, just
Them dirt canyons where Snow Rock was living.
Yeah, Jack Rabbit Hill, that shit is real.
Right. All right, so you went to Gompers after that.
Yeah, I went to Gompers in the 7th grade. That's when everything started getting real.
Right.
That's when everybody that I went from Detroit with, it was all cool. Now it's a gang of other niggas.
That's what I was about to get to next. Yeah. So you get to Gompers, and for the people not knowing, the Lincoln Park area, they didn't have a middle school. Neither did Emerald Hills, neither did the 5-9 Brims. So they're going to middle school at Gompers. That's their local middle school.
And then Gompers is crazy because it went from 7th to 12th grade. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
You in there with like damn near grown ass men. Cause
right.
Like, when you 13 and the nigga 17, that's a huge difference at that time.
Man, it seemed like
night and day.
Man.
Night and day.
Right. So you get to Gompers and you starting to encounter these other kids your age and older from other communities, and I'm guessing this is where y'all start to clash.
Oh yeah, that's Gompers was back then. It was like East Side High on Lean On Me. Gompers was the school of hard knocks.
Hey, look, not to cut you off, I said that in my first Street TV interview, and it was people who knew about Gompers in the comments who were saying that school was so bad. I think Gompers might have been the first school to have cameers.
Yeah, Gompers been getting shot up way before Columbine. That shit was like
right.
news. That shit wasn't news.
Right. Gompers was hands down probably the worst school in San Diego.
Yeah.
So, and you there in its heyday. So you got there around what, 90? 90. All right. And it's up.
It's cracking.
So would you say being from the community and having friends who probably got family members from the community played a major part in you starting to bang? First of all, what year did you start banging? 90. Yeah. So was it that, or was it more so niggas from the other communities tripping on y'all, thinking that y'all was from the hood?
But by that time we already knew what the big homies was doing. We tried to go hang around and kick us off the set. We was young little niggas and shit. Niggas didn't want to hear niggas' mamas and shit. So we already know about the culture. You feel me? Now we get to Gompers and it's a whole different batch of niggas. So we got a band together, and it just made us that much stronger. It was a point to where the Gompers was so cracking, you either folded or you prevailed.
Right.
One of the two.
And obviously, like I said, with those other 3 communities coming in, the homies was the minority in our own hood.
Yeah. It was when I went, we was pretty deep. It was about 6-7 homies, but it was 6-7 Emeralds and 6-7 Lincolns and 6-7 Skylines. So it wasn't fair, but it was crazy because no matter what, like one of the most epic brawls in Gompers history, nigga, I was in, nigga, and it was 3 homies against about, no bullshit, about 10 bloods, and we beat the fuck out of everybody. That shit was epic. It was the summer of '93. I'll never forget that. But yeah, it was crazy back then.
Now I'm gonna ask you this off the camera, cause I ain't trying to, I ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm gonna ask you later on if you remember the names of some of them niggas y'all beat up. We ain't gonna do that on camera though. But so what homies went to Gompers at the same time as you?
My nigga Blue went with me. Big Two Towel. They was in a grade above me. C-Rock. You know what I'm saying? It was a few other homies that like fell from the wake side, but predominantly them that's still around. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas was there.
Pretty much homies I see you with to this day.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right. And I'm guessing it's a lot of homies that either wasn't going to school, or they was probably homeschool or just going to a different school. But I know that there was homies going up to Gompers after school and trying to, catch people coming out to school. So What homies do you remember coming up there to support y'all that didn't go there?
Oh man, shit, G3, shit, all the YCs, you know what I'm saying? Like the L's, we pretty much, the LCs, we went to Gompers, you know what I'm saying? So we was there. But I didn't even last a year, you know what I'm saying? And it was crazy because I had already flunked the 5th grade, and I was fucking up so much in 7th grade. I got into 3 fights, they kicked me out, and now I gotta go to summer school or I'm gonna flunk the 7th grade. And I'm like, damn, I can't flunk the 5th and the 7th, so I go to summer school. First week of summer school, man, I get jumped by some grown, but it was like 17, 18, but like I said, 13.
That's grown, yeah.
Them niggas took my blue LA gear boots, bro. They had bats, nigga. I pissed on myself. They threw my blue LA gear boots out on 4-7, nigga. And it was crazy because...
So you went to summer school at Gompers?
That first year, because I got kicked out that first. I didn't even make it a year, and I had to go to that summer school that year, the summer of 90.
All right, can you explain that day when you got jumped? Can you explain, like, what was you walking home or?
Yeah, we was walking home, and it was crazy because I look back, we coming up Hilltop, and I look back and I see some niggas in the turning lane, but the way they in the turning lane, like they abruptly went in the So I'm telling the homies that I'm with at the time, which ran and left me, but that's
Obviously,
a whole nother story.
yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, watch these niggas, man, and showing up, the niggas pull up, tripping, you know what I mean? They catch me, whoop me bad. And then, like I said, you know how summer school is, if you miss 3 days, you out. So I took 2 days, healed up, and the 3rd day I went back. I'm fucking ooh-weed all out the game, bro. I swear to God. And as soon as the bell ring and the school let out, I come outside, I swear to God, it's 30 homies outside from that day, from the rest of summer school, to make sure a nigga made it home safe. That was that hood love that nigga experienced back in the heyday. I got to see some good times when the game thing was real.
That's that hood love that's it still exists, but it ain't the same as
It'll never be the same because you got different factors and
right.
you know what I mean?
It's more of it's love within your circle as opposed to the whole community and being like, nigga, I'm a 40, that's a 40. It's more so like, well, I don't want to mess with him like that. You know what I mean?
Well, you got to understand, when I was like, at this time, it was only like 12 LCs. Like, from 41, and the majority of the original LCs is from 41st Street.
Right.
It's only like 3 that's from 47. Like, we wasn't deep like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's to this day, homie. It's a handful of homies right now that's under the age of 18. I don't know why it's always been like that. When I was coming up, it was the same. We probably had 15 homies that was from 12 to 18, and then of course we had the homies from the coast, and they was way deeper. So it made us look deeper when we went out, because you might see 30 of us, but nigga, only 10 of us or 8 of us is from the hood.
Yes.
So you said the LCs. Let's get into that, because that, as well as the other cliques, have become a historic clique with other branch offs to it too. So explain to people what the LCs is, what year it started, and who were the founding members of that clique. And yeah, go ahead.
Well, LCO, the abbreviation for Little Crip Original Gangster. It originally started by YCs, the baby YCs, Glenny, the nigga Big A-Rock, rest in peace, you know what I'm saying? A few other YCs, but once they got to a certain age, they graduated to YC, and the only 2 that stayed LC was Glenny and the nigga Big A1. You know what I'm saying? So they original LCs. When I started banging, LCs was dead. The homies was, man, getting shot every other weekend. Shit was ugly in the set. I'm from 41st Street. Them back streets was nasty back then, nigga. Every other weekend, niggas was coming through shooting homies and shit. Then we started playing with guns, and then it was over. We started protecting the set, and it took it to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah,
it sound like it forced y'all to grow up, because like you said, niggas coming through every other week, every other day, and homies is getting tagged, whether they dying or surviving. And just me doing my research, I know that them times, 90, 91, 92, this era that you speak of was very violent in San Diego.
yeah.
So you just told me who started it, but what year was that?
That was probably 85, 86.
So they started it around that time.
Yeah.
All right, and that was to separate themselves from the YCOs.
The YCOs.
All right, now y'all kind of revived it. It sounds like you said the clique, LCOs was dead.
Pretty much.
All right. I hear a lot of homies nowadays refer to LCs as loose cannons. When did that happen? Was that y'all era or was that after?
Nah, I think that's the baby LCs that brought on that mannerism. But yeah, we never said loose cannons. We was always just LCs, L's. You know what I'm saying? And we took this shit seriously because the big homies didn't want us to even at one point hang around them.
Right.
And then once we started playing with guns and shit, it was different. Now we was like salvation to homies and shit.
Right.
So
now they wanted y'all around.
Definitely.
Because y'all wasn't just liabilities, you know, little kids standing out there trying to hang with grown men. Niggas could be coming through and getting cracking on them and one of y'all get hit. So I do understand them not wanting y'all around. But when y'all coming around and y'all got it on y'all and y'all starting to be more aggressive, y'all are now viewed as an asset. See, I always tell people when you jump off the porch, you are a grown man or a grown woman to a certain extent. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Ain't nobody gonna baby you out here because this ain't for the weak. This ain't that type of lifestyle. If you get into this or any type of lifestyle that would be considered criminal or underworld or street or whatever, you are not viewed as a baby. So y'all outside, did you get locked up around this time?
Yeah, it was crazy because I could pretty much pinpoint the moment my whole life took a whole turning point. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we playing with guns and shit. We on 41st Street chilling with the big homies and shit, and we pitching in for some 40s and shit. Cause back then we was drinking Old English and shit. And when it came to me,
from Mr. D's.
yeah, they had the best ones.
Right. Hey, they used to be frozen like an ice.
Well, yeah, if you like that, I didn't really like that because after it's all ice and shit, the rest of it. But
Then it tastes watered down. But in the summertime,
yeah,
an ice cold 40 is, you know.
on the real, they everything. So they come to me on the tally for the liquor, and the homie like, "What you got on it?" I'm like, "Cuz I'm broke." He was like, "You broke?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm tapped, bro." He was like, "Don't you got a blower?" I was like, "Hell yeah, I got a blower." He's like, "How you got a gun and you broke? You can just take anything from anybody."
Now, what homie told you this? Because that was bad advice.
I don't want to say no names. That nigga fucked my life up, bro. You know who he is, cuz from that moment, because it was like a light bulb in my head, like, I know, huh? And from that moment on, bro, I got cracking. And I robbed everything in the set.
Hold on, we're gonna get to what I want to get to. Don't rob me of my moment.
For sure.
Now, so the homie became a jacker. Now, I understand why the homie told you that because that's what the hood was notoriously known for.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had people selling dope, but that you might even had a few homies pimping. But jacking is what the neighborhood 40s
And shootings.
and shootings. And you know what? And it's crazy because
Shootings.
I always felt like this, and I remember I forgot what older homie. I don't know if it was Ty Stick. I want to say it was Ty Stick. He said there was some type of report that came out back in the days, and one of the detectives was saying that he's never seen a gang.
I know exactly what you're talking about, bro. Go ahead, finish your question.
He's never seen a gang pretty much as violent as they are for no reason to them.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't about money. It was just based on. And that's how we grew up too. When you had niggas from other hoods, they seemed like they was more into trying to get some money and be fly. Here come the grimy, dusty ass hood niggas just trying to fuck up the whole whatever. If y'all at the mall trying to pull some bitches, y'all think y'all having a good time.
Yeah.
When the Crips come through, that shit over with. It's shut down.
Notorious for that.
And niggas knocking bitches out too. Like we
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah.
Y'all over there with them niggas, fuck y'all too. That's how it was.
We had to fight our way out of everything.
Right.
So we go into the whole thing like, nigga, fuck, we come kick it off first.
Exactly, because we outnumbered. We can't be lollygagging around trying to have a good time, nigga. This is why I don't do shit like that to this day. This is why you're not gonna catch me clubbing and none of this. I'm not comfortable. Let's set it off and get it over with. If it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Any type of funny looks, bro, let's just go up.
Yeah.
Let's not even waste our money or our good outfits. Man, let's just go in there and get cracking. That's why I just don't go.
Yes.
So you turned into a notorious jacker. All right, so when did you catch your first case and what was it for?
I caught my first case in 1993 for robbing Oscars on 42nd and Market. I can talk about it now because I think I got convicted at the time.
He gonna rob the Oscars, man. Oscars is our store.
Look,
you should have went somewhere else.
Look, I live 7 houses down from Oscars. On the same side of the street, nigga, is Oscars, nigga. My thing is this. I gotta do these robberies, but I don't got no car.
Right.
So I gotta rob shit locally.
Right.
That went for me robbing damn near everything in my neighborhood, bro. Damn near everything in my neighborhood. And the Burger King one was fucking infamous.
Don't steal my shine, homie. I'm gonna get to that. Hold on, cause that's years down the line.
Yeah.
So, well, at least when
Yes.
yeah. So for y'all don't know, Oscars, if y'all ever seen the video, my intro song, Way Too Much, Bully 3 featuring me, that liquor store that we at on 42nd and Market is Oscars. This is the store he's talking about pretty much terrorizing.
And I robbed that motherfucker about 9 times before they caught me. And then they had me banned from, I couldn't go to their shit for like 3-4 years. But we cool now. We
Right.
You know. And plus,
I'm guessing you didn't rob Mr. D's.
Nah, I didn't rob Mr. D's because that old ass man was so honorary. You would have to kill him for 2 and it wasn't worth it.
Yeah,
It wasn't worth it.
right. He wasn't
You know what I
going
mean?
for that.
Yeah, I never hit that motherfucker ever.
Right.
It wasn't worth it.
So you went to jail in '93 for robbing Oscar. How did they find out it was you?
Oh man, fucking me and the homie Silly Loc, he went to YA for this shit. We both got cracked. We get away with this shit, and then Silly at my mama's house like 3 hours later, he leave and try to make it to Raven, get cracked. So like 3 days later, I'm over there on Raven. I mean, I'm on 4-1 and shit. I done gambled all my.
Wait, so they already knew who y'all was?
Well, they knew. I don't know. They got him for the robbery. And then, like 3 days later, I'm in the thing, and I got interrogated by Pat Burst, one of the most infamous gang detectives, the same one you was just talking about earlier, about the quote that you said.
Right.
And what he said was he's never seen a gang more notorious for just crime than the neighborhood Crips.
Right. Okay. All right. So now I understood where it came from. Besides Ty Stick saying that, and you might even said it too, at least to me, but it came from the book.
Yeah. Baby Insane in the Buddha.
Right. That's exactly where it came from.
Kevin Glass.
Right. So
We don't call him insane. He ain't no insane.
Right. That's a
the
dishonor
rest
to
in
that
peace,
name,
unfold.
even referring to him as that.
Yeah, he ain't insane. He's Kevin Glass.
All right, so you get cracked. How much time they give you?
Oh man, usually everybody going to jail for robbery at that age, they go to Campo, maybe a group home.
Right.
Me, I'm in that motherfucker fighting not to go to YA. I've been to juvenile hall one time, and nigga, it took me 100 days not to go to YA. They sent my co-defendant to YA. They sent me to Vision Quest, which is a YA alternative.
Wait, so did they did like I don't want to say a 90-day ops? Because a 90-day ops is when you ain't that when you go to prison for 90 days or something?
You go to Nellis for 90 days. You would do 90 days in Nellis, and then you would come back and get, you go back. But why it was so turned up, 90
you was
days,
going to YA.
90 days it turned into 5 years.
Yeah, because there ain't no way you're not going to fight unless you use a mark.
Yeah, them niggas is turned up. They
Right.
was turned up.
Right.
From jump, as soon as where you from? They diss them wherever you from, and it's on site. And every fight was 6 months at that time.
Right. So, you go to Campo.
Nah, I go to Vision.
Oh, Vision Quest.
So why alternative? They sent a nigga way to Arizona and Texas. I was 16 years old in Texas, finishing my time up and shit on my first robbery bid, and I came home when I was 17.
All right, there's something that there's something that I heard on another channel, pretty much about the gangbanging atmosphere in the early 90s in Juvenile Hall, as far as the Damus and the Crips. Now, I don't think all the internal stuff started happening until about, as far as the Damus, until about 92, 93.
Yeah.
So it was harder going in there at that time, knowing that they was all on one page.
Yeah.
So going in there, I had heard, and this is from one person, he just gave his experiences. This ain't what everybody's saying, but he pretty much said that he don't recall Crips being in there and pretty much cousin and they'll represent, they'll tell you where they from, but he said that he never heard, he just didn't hear cuz until he went to YA. And if he did hear it, he got down with the person. Like, basically, it sounded like the Crips was on quiet time in the early 90s.
That was at the time when the Crips turned up. Like, and Juvenile Hall was on site. Like, niggas, bro, you gotta walk with your hands folded. Niggas is banging they set walking through, and it was turned up, bro. Like I said, I only went to Juvenile Hall one time. I did 100 days, and that motherfucker, and they sent me the vision quest. But Crips ain't never been silent, nigga. Maybe the Crip, maybe he was in, I don't know, the niggas, he was in his mob when he was silent.
No, and that's what he said. He said that was based on his experiences, and he also said that it was, for the most part, he said more so Oceanside Crips.
They're quiet.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what he said. We not even saying that's true, but that's what he said when I asked him about it.
Yeah, the Oceanside, they right there, but they're a world apart. Shout out to the DVCs. The DVCs, the realest niggas in the whole show.
I second that. And no disrespect to the other ones, but the
DVCs
is.
And the only reason why I say that, because in prison, like, they get their little numbers up and they don't want to push SDC. It's all about politics in prison. They'll push OSC. But the DVCs, niggas, SDC all day, all night. You feel me? At least the ones I've ever encountered.
All right. So, how long did you do on Vision Quest?
A year, about 14 months.
So you get out in 94.
I get out in January 95.
January of 95. Now, I'm guessing, well, ain't no guessing, these is facts. That whole time that you was gone, there's still a lot of stuff popping off on the street. There's still a lot of homies, you know, the enemies ain't stopped coming through. So, before we get to the homie that I know was the closest to you, how many homies did you hear of in this 14-month span either getting shot or getting killed?
A few homies got shot, but one of my closest niggas, one of my day ones before we was Crips, actually got killed in August of '94 while I was gone and shit. And that turned ties for, I was already knee deep in it.
Right.
But that right there like turned my gangbanging into like a white hot hatred. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, damn, I could imagine his mom. You feel me?
Right.
It was crazy because he passed in August of '94. I'm in Vision Quest, and I ended up getting a home pass on my 17th birthday, October 21st, 1994. And it was fresh, you know what I'm saying? So, and I seen it look in his mama's eyes, you know what I'm saying? And he killed me. And in those type of situations, it'll either do one or two things. It's either gonna make you run for the hills, and you know, or it's gonna make you more, you know, into it. And man, that's what it turned the nigga. It turned the nigga into a white, you know, white hot hatred in the nigga heart for the other side at that time.
Right. And do you know the specifics of what had happened to the homie? And you could say the homie's name too.
Yeah, Big Two Town, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, FIP.
Original LC. Yep. It was crazy because it was at 41 Park. You know what I'm saying? We got three hoods in our park: 41 Park, 47 Park, 49 Park. At 41 Park, it was supposed to be a big old Crip function, not just hood function, just all Crips, Coasters, these Dago Mobs, Mirror Masons, then the Vistas, and it was supposed to be like some type of job fair or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, it was flyers that actually had went out. And then the flyers, people was like, yeah, it's a job fair. The police gonna be there, so don't bring your thing. And it was a big old like controversy in the hood over the flyer and shit because it's about 100 homies up there. Like homies is thick as fuck. And niggas come through papping and nobody blew back, you know what I'm saying? It was just a tragic event.
Was there police up there or they wasn't, but
if it was, they maybe had rolled through.
Right.
But nah. From what I heard, like I said, I'm in Texas at the time.
Right.
By the time I hear my homie Two-Town got killed, he's already buried. You know what I'm saying? I don't even hear about it until he's already buried. So from what I heard, nah, it wasn't a heavy police presence.
So it's safe to say that they got the drop from those flyers.
Yeah, or I mean,
that's because I know if I would have seen something like that, if I was around back in the days, you know what I mean, and I seen that. Now people post stuff like that on social media, and it is a lot more police presence nowadays than it would have been back in '94.
You can get away with shit.
Yeah, you can get away with shit. So if I would have seen somebody posting a flyer like we finna be all at this park, that's go time.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing else to talk about. Let's go up there and get at these fools.
But it just seemed weird because you would think going into that type of terrain, you know what I'm saying, hitting the corner and seeing 100 Crips that they were, and then the arsenal that the niggas came through with was such bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And it was just, you know.
But also, and it, man, look, this ain't no shot, homie. But this is just based on my observation from me being off the streets or on the streets and in the streets for the past 20, 21 years. It seems like niggas from different sections like to not get out the car. You know what I mean? So they probably felt more comfortable coming through with that little bullshit gun because they're not getting out the car like no real ones anyways. They just finna spray and skirt off.
Yeah, they didn't even stop the car. They was doing about 15, 20 when they
exactly
when they blew.
And got lucky.
And they had a diversion car in front of them, you know what I'm saying? So everybody banging on the diversion car, and then the car that's behind them, little minivan, come through and open up with some like a 30, some bullshit, you know what I mean? And the homie Fuki from West Coast got hit that day too.
All right, so you get out, like you said, that now you got more of a hatred for them.
Yeah.
How long was you out before you caught your next case, and what was going on in between that time of when you got out in January of '95 until whenever you caught your next case or violation?
I got out of January of '95, and it was crazy because I stayed out like 3.5 years. In the 3.5 years that I stayed out, like the first 10 months, I was like trying to be nice because I was on probation for getting out for Vision Quest. And then me and the homie Baby Cripstick got shot together, trying to jack a nigga for his gun. That shit was fucking insane.
Now, I heard that story. Explain what happened when you and the homie got shot.
We was turned up. We on the bus. We about to go to East Dago to some other homie's house and shit. And we get off the bus and shit. We see 3 niggas just standing on the sidewalk. So we walking past the niggas. We bang on them. What's up, cuz? That neighborhood like. It was like, what's up, bro? But as they're saying that, one
nigga tall.
That's my nigga. That nigga tall.
Nigga, I didn't know he was that tall in that car.
Nigga play ball too. So the nigga was like, what's up, bro? But as they're saying that, one nigga is passing a gun to the next nigga. Not in like a threatening manner, but just like handed it off to the next nigga. So me and the homie, Baby Stick, we keep pushing. And then the homie was like, cuz, we should go take the gun from them niggas. I'm like, and I remember I was like, cuz, how we gonna take the gun? They don't even got no gun. He's like, look, you just hold the nigga, I'm gonna rip his pockets off. I was like, that sounds like a good idea. We can do it. Come on, nigga, let's go. And it was like, God sent because the 2 niggas that was with the dude with the gun went one way, and the one nigga with the gun just stayed right there on University.
Right.
So we busted the seat, came back, pushed up on him, and he was selling weed. So the nigga was like, what's up, homie, you got some weed? He was like, yeah. He was like, let's get a dub. This nigga started whipping it out. We all on University in East Dago.
University on what?
Like Euclid, right by Synthetic Trips. Big City Liquors right here.
Right.
We like 20 steps from it.
Right.
It used to be a smoke shop. You get rolling papers and all that shit. shit called synthetic trip. We in front of synthetic trips. He back. I'm like, come back here in the alley, bro. We go back in the alley, and everything went, it went bad, bro. It didn't go as planned. It's according to plan. But it wasn't like the nigga just shot us and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got behind the nigga and shit. Me and the homie gave each other the eye, and I grabbed the nigga. When I grabbed the nigga, he used my little leverage to kick the homie up off of him. In that split second, I bend him down to like get a better grip on him. I'm about to pick this nigga up and dump him on his head.
Right.
And we thought he had his gun in his joggers. He had like some slick material joggers. We thought he had his gun in his joggers, but he had it in his head. So when I bend him down to do that, when I bring him back, now he got the gun. Now he's shooting sporadic shots every 2-3 seconds. I can't let this nigga go. Man, this nigga wrestling like a motherfucker. The homie baby stick, every time this nigga is shooting, he's shooting either me or the homie. His cuz got hit 3 times and I got hit twice. That shit was crazy, bro.
So, I'm guessing when he's out of bullets, you let him go.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what happened? Y'all take off?
He run off screaming some obscenity because he feeling tough. You know what I'm saying? I look at the homie is visibly hit. All 3 of his bullets, I'm hit twice, but I don't even know I'm hitting this time. So I'm tending to him. I throw this nigga over a gate, just a random gate in East Dago. We going through this Pisces yard, this Mexican dude yard. He like, get out of my yard. I'm like, man, call the ambulance for my homie. He's like, no. I'm like,
She's apparently not getting affected.
so we come out of, now we on Euclid. And the homie, I'm trying to make it to the homie's house. And the homie heavy, he 14, I'm 17 at the time. But he a big old young nigga. He was like, cuz I can't lay me down. I'm like, nah.
Had he been to YA yet?
Not yet, not at this point. But he's about to go from getting shot.
Oh, all right.
You know what I'm saying? So I lay cuz down. A car pull up on us. This is old school hatchback with a big ass couch sticking out the back. A nigga run around. He was like, hey homie, y'all need help? I'm like, hell yeah, we need to get to the hospital. One nigga, the nigga in the passenger seat, take the couch out. The other nigga throw us in the thing, and they take us to Villa View Hospital. Villa View is a hospital that motherfuckers ain't. It's right across the street from Burlington Coat Factory on 54th in El Cajon. They turned it into like a psych ward and shit. They shot us there. Saved the homie's life because all 3 of his bullets stayed in him. That nigga was fucked up. He was fucked up for a minute, like 3 months.
So, what happened after that? You said you didn't catch your case yet?
I was on probation from getting out from Vision Crest.
Did you get violated?
I did.
All
And you know
right.
what's crazy? It was because my probation officer comes and sees me. I got scratches all over my face from wrestling with this nigga. I got patches all over my body from bullet holes and shit, but she can't see them. So, but she come and see me. She was like, what happened to you? You was wrestling, fighting with your girl? I was like, yeah, something like that. So she gets some piss from me and leaves. She don't even really inquire about it. So when she leave, my mom was like, boy, you better tell her what happened. She gonna find out anyway. So I called her and tell her the nigga tried to rob me and my homie, and he shot us. And she was like, well, I'm gonna look into it and I'll get back to you. I swear to God, bro, this was the summer of 1995. I got off from probation October of 95 because I turned 18. I never heard from her ever again.
She probably didn't even look into it.
No more visits, nothing for that whole
Right.
3-4 months.
All right, so you get off. How long was you off before you caught a case in what, 97 or 98?
98.
98, and what was that for?
Burger King. I got cracked for robbing Burger King right there in our turf right across the street from Mount Hope Cemetery.
All right, now, did you only get cracked one time or more than one time?
Only got cracked one time, but they tried to accuse me of several robberies.
All right. So,
Yeah,
so is this when you became the Burger King bandit?
Yeah, the news, the San Diego news outlets, or the Havage or Way Bandit, either one would do if you want to Google up. Yeah, but they tried to accuse me for like 8 robberies of the same Burger King right in my video and shit, which was crazy because I did all of them on the real. I thought they had me, but they didn't.
Right. So, how much time you get for that one?
7 years or 85%.
7 years, 85. So you go to the pen first time. Now, when you got there, was Snow Rock there?
Yeah. I went to the 4-yard reception. I did like 3-4 months on reception. Then I was one of the ones that got blessed. I went to the 3-yard. I got endorsed to Donovan. And yeah, I've always heard of Snow Rock and I had recollections of him, but he was the big homie. He didn't even pay me no mind when he was out, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I heard he was on the yard, I sought him out. I was always one of them type of little homies that if my big homies is around, I'm up under them. I want to like soak up all the knowledge that they got. So I ran and found that nigga. We did like 5 years together.
So, what other homies was there at the time too?
Shit, damn near every homie that came through the penile system between 1998 and 2004.
Because Donovan was a reception at this time.
Yeah, the 4-yard was reception, but they can bring you from the 4-yard to whatever yard is in 10 houses. So at any given moment, the San Diego Crips are 30 deep, but about 15, 18 of them are 10 houses, meaning that they can't come out, they're not endorsed. So we had to run a tight ship, because when you got a lot of homies like that, niggas want to, you know, act tough and pop off and fuck off niggas' whole programs and shit. Niggas wasn't going for none of that.
All right, so Snow Rock referred to, he referred to pretty much toughening up the homies that came to the yard as homie love, because he said he wanted to give out that love that he received coming up.
Yeah.
Now, I know you was a recipient of this homie love.
Man, I was a recipient of that homie love. I loved it though, you feel me? Snow Rock, it'd be crazy because it'd be, most of the police knew Snow Rock was the only white boy. You know how you have a cool ass white boy in whatever community and he'd be like, oh, and they'll say nigga, and everybody be like, woo. Snow Rock, I swear to God, bro, would say nigga in front of niggas from IE, the Bay. And nigga, niggas would go to war for Snow Rock, nigga, or everything. But Snow Rock would like the horseplay. He loved the horseplay and shit. And sometimes it'd be a new dude in the tower, and he'll look down and he'll see a group of blacks and one white boy like wrestling, and he'll lay the whole fucking yard down. I done walked to the program office several times fucking with Snow Rock.
Right.
On some horseplay and shit.
Now,
let out.
Did you do the whole term in Donovan, or you did?
That first term, yeah.
The first term. All right, you come home in what year?
2004. The end of 2004, November 2004.
2004, you come home, and what's going on in 2004?
Oh, it's live. The 211s is fucking turned up. We just lost Cool C. You know
Cool C, another original
LC. And it was tragic how we lost him, you know what I'm saying? It was one of the flyest crew. You niggas think I'm motherfucking fly. This nigga was fly, you know what I mean? When my khakis were still a little dust. You feel me? And that was my day one, that was my best friend. You feel me? And I ain't seen him since 98, so I ain't seen him in forever. You know what I'm saying? So that shit really, and they killed him on Father's Day. That shit was crazy.
So he died before you came home too?
6 months before I came home.
And I know you was like, man, not again.
Yeah, not again.
All right. Now you said when you came home in 04, the 211s was cracking. Now, explain the generation of 211s, what age they were, and who were some of them that you came home to meet?
Shit, the 211s at that time, they was maybe 18 to 21. Big T-Rex, little T-Rex. You know what I'm saying? Shit. The 211s is fucking legendary, bro.
Right.
So many in that.
Young Loc, TS, Jukebox,
Young
Baby
Loc,
G, Baby
Young Loc
Boo.
Young Loc is Young Loc the founder of 211.
Young Loc,
and who else?
Jukebox, my brother, and Baby G. It's them four.
Yeah.
That's what it started with.
Yeah. That's one of the most. That was like one of the last like legendary clicks. Well, not to take nothing from everybody else, niggas is all earning their bones.
Right. Everybody played a part.
Yeah, but
all the way up to the extra Locs, my little homies nowadays.
Definitely.
Now 2004, you said he got killed on Father's Day.
He got killed in June.
All right, so I was out because I was in Campo from January to like the end of April.
Yeah,
I missed Hood Day.
Yeah, his funeral was like epic.
All right, know if it was that funeral or if it was another funeral.
Smoke Loc got killed in 06.
That was 06. I was in Barrett when that happened. So you get out in 04. You out for how many years?
I'm out for about 7 months, and then I catch a violation. I catch a nigga on raving, give a nigga a gang stipulation violation, give me 10 months flat. So that was another Christmas, another birthday, another New Year's, all the, you know what I mean?
And raving at that time was, man, it was lit. Man, you probably gonna get violated going over there.
I wasn't there 10 minutes, bro. I swear to God, like, long enough to split the blunt, dump the guts, and I'm breaking down, and they got the house around. That fast, bro. Real. They took me and Bone to jail that day. We both caught 10-month violations for just getting caught around the homies. No laws being broke, just gang stipulation.
Gang stipulation, violation of parole or probation if you was on GSU, which is gang suppression unit, which I couldn't stand being on that.
Yeah.
But so you get out from the violation and you out how long?
I stayed about 2.5 years on that one.
2.5 years. So
yeah.
When you catch
from 06 to 08.
When you catch the case in 08,
yeah.
That was another robbery.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all I go to jail for is robberies. Besides that one time on Raven,
right.
For the violation, every time is running up in businesses with a demanding cash.
So this time,
thanks, big homie.
So this time they give you what, 11?
Yeah, they gave me 11.
11 years.
With 85.
With 85%.
Which was love. It was so much love that it was the court date that I signed for it. It was such an unexpected court date. My lawyer was like, "You want to take this 11?" I was like, "What, 11 doubled up?" Because I'm what the 3 strikes law was wrote for. All I get cracked for is serious or violent, no matter, depending on your counselor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I would. And then he told me about the 11-year deal. I was like, man, can I think about it? He's like, you got 10 minutes. I had 10 minutes to think about the next 10 years of my life. Not only did I take the deal, I wanted to get it sentenced immediately. Because the way the DAs and shit is, you come back in 2 weeks and they done pulled your file and find out what kind of nigga you really is, and they'll pull their deal.
Right, yeah, so, yeah. Sentence me right now.
It sentenced me immediately, so that's exactly what I did. And I sat down for 10.
All right, so you go through the 10-year term. You still hearing about all the stuff going on the streets. You come home and...
Oh, wait.
No. When you caught the case in 08 for 11 years.
I come home in 18.
2018.
From 08 to 18.
All right. What's going on in 2018?
When I come home in 2018, it's still, you know, like pockets of violence, but shit is different. I'm running into homies that... Prior to me coming home this time, that would have been violated 4 or 5 times. They like, nigga, I'd have been home 5, 6 years. And I'm like, what? They revised a little parole, so they make it a little more manageable for a nigga to kind of survive out here. And niggas been out here low-key surviving off the... If it was the old school parole, all them flashes and shit, them flashes would be 8, 10, 9, you know what I mean?
A year flat, yeah.
So they helping nigga. They trying to see a nigga way out. It's kind of it's changing.
So pretty much when you come home, it's more homies out that would have been out had it still been the same way, because a lot of people, it's easier to get off parole now, it's easier to get off probation. Yeah. So now it's homies that you may have not seen had it been the other way. You know what I mean? Yeah. And some people didn't made it off parole. So is that motivation for you, besides doing 10 years, besides getting older, besides being tired of going back in and out, was that more motivation for you to get off? Like, damn, the homie finally made it off. This dude is a career fuck up. You know what I mean? So now you like, I could do it.
Definitely. It definitely made me feel like that because, you know what I'm saying? I always had that mind frame, you know, you go on a work site and motherfucker try to overwhelm you with the job task. And then I think if this motherfucker can do it, I can do it.
Right.
So, that was definitely inspiration. And I just sat there, and I had to learn that it ain't about who comes up the fastest. It's about who lasts the longest. So I done had desperado moments that the old me would have went and laid something down. New me is like, nah, I just sit back and wait for a different opportunity to come up, a bigger opportunity.
All right. So you get off parole. in what, 2000?
I had to do like 2 years on parole.
2 years.
So about 2020.
Now, what is it now that you're involved in the community? Because you do a lot of positive things in the community now. I see you working with other ex-felons or gang members from other sections, and it's always a positive thing, and I always salute that when I see you doing that type of thing. What exactly are you doing for the people who don't know?
Okay, right now I'm working with a nonprofit organization. It's called the Village of the Community. We advocate for people negatively impacted by law enforcement. That means just because you black or brown and you grew up in the hood or Skyline or Lincoln and you outside walking to the store, you get harassed by the police, it's not okay. You know, for so long we didn't know our rights and shit, and this organization helps us teach us our rights.
Real fast, just in case them punk ass pigs who pulled me over on Friday, yeah, that type of stuff. What he talking about, he's advocating for and trying to stop, that just happened to me coming from work. I wasn't in no gang area. I wasn't standing outside with no blue rag on my head. I'm literally getting off work on my way home. But go ahead, homie, carry on.
Yeah, you can't hide your black, you know what I'm saying? They just pull a motherfucker over because they black and shit. And for so long, black people just took it on the chin. You know what I'm saying? They say they pulled you over for a broken tail light. 2 hours later, it's fucked your car up. Ain't found no blower, ain't found no drugs. Because when they come to my neighborhood, they don't give a fuck if they find you with 2 pounds of weed. They'll leave that shit in the trunk. All they looking for is guns and drugs. If they don't find that, and let you go with no mention of a ticket for that fucking headlight.
Oh no, I got a ticket.
Oh,
I got a ticket. But look,
but
that was more so because I told him he couldn't search.
Yeah.
If I would have let him search, I guarantee you he wouldn't have gave me that petty ass ticket.
Yeah, you gotta observe your rights too, to not illegal search, man. I'm glad you upheld your
and it don't got nothing to do with having nothing in the car. I ain't got nothing in the car. You still can't search.
Yeah.
You pulling me over for what you say, oh, I was going too fast. Boy, I'm driving up a hill. What is you talking about?
Yeah.
Then, oh, it's your tent. Come on, homie. So, what you need to search my car for? Yeah. Well, if it ain't nothing in there, it don't matter, bro. I'm on my way home. I'm trying to go get something to eat and go home and relax. You can't search my car, homie. And y'all got to be adamant about that, homie. Y'all can't be letting these people trick y'all for what? You have a right, homie.
Even if you don't got nothing on him, like the homie just said, like you still getting your rights violated. You wouldn't let another gang member, killer, come and pat your pockets.
Right.
But you gonna let the white, like, come on,
right,
bro.
and then on top of that, if they was to pull a white dude over or whatever in the suburbs, you're not asking to search their car unless they're doing something suspicious. 9 times out of 10, you're not finna search their car. You're not gonna ask that. But why, when it comes to me, all right, you said I was going too fast, which is not true. Y'all was behind me. Y'all ran my plates. Y'all got on the side of me. Y'all looked at me. Y'all was looking at me. I'm bobbing my head to the music. I keep going. Y'all get back behind me and light me up. Come on, homie. So if I was going too fast, you would have initially pulled me over for that.
Yeah.
You got on the side and found another reason. Oh, it's your tent now.
Yeah.
No, you're not searching my car, homie.
Yeah. And then they get behind you, and then they finally pull you over, and then they ask you the bullshit questions just to see how many of your rights they can violate.
Right.
How many people in here on parole and probation?
Right.
Like, you shouldn't even be questioning anybody other than the driver.
Exactly.
That's another thing we teach. Like, people, you don't even gotta talk to the police, bro. All this huck a bucket for the police, fuck that shit, nigga. Fuck y'all. Write me the ticket and let me be on my way. Hell no, you ain't searching my shit for sure.
All right. So, oh, go ahead. You were saying that you the stuff that you do in the community. Explain what y'all just did about the free phone calls.
Oh, it was historic, bro. And that was one of my first campaigns at Pillars. You know what I'm saying? My boss put me on a lead for that campaign. And now we made it to where, because in America, it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. You know what I'm saying? It's supposedly. But they got this shit stacked up on you, the cash bail system, you know that. So you in the county jail for 90, 100 days, you know what I'm saying, fighting your case, and you can't even call your loved ones. And just to be able to hear your loved ones say it's okay, keep your head up is huge. So we pushed to get the phone calls free. And it was historic because it was like the second city in California to ever do it after Frisco. Frisco
Right.
Always first.
So, as of now, as of whenever, whenever that actually happened, that happened about 2 years ago, it seemed like, during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Up until now, the phone calls are free.
If you are a county jail inmate, and they're free, we're pushing to get them free in prison too.
I think they are.
You
I think they get a certain amount a month. Yeah,
that's all. It's all legwork that motherfuckers in different organizations do for advocate for people like have been impacted by the economic system. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, it was historic because I did a gang of time in the county jail, and I was hitting back when phone calls like $5-6 a call. Motherfuckers was burning out multiple social security numbers just to keep a phone line. So just to be able to get on there and call your loved one without charge. Now, if you want a video call, I think that charge you, but yeah, just to be able to call with no charge, that's amazing. That was historic.
Man, and I'm quite sure everybody who is in there and has been in there who probably didn't know one of the faces that was behind that movement appreciates you, homie. So if any of y'all was in the county and you had no knowledge of the phone calls being free, and you get in there and they like, the phone calls is free, and you like, what? I get to call my people? You know what I mean? You might have not had $1 on your books, or you had some money, but you was more focused on your food and your hygiene as opposed to a phone call. This is one of the people. So man, leave a comment and show your appreciation and your gratification to the homie Raccit right here, because he one of the people that was, like he said, stomped down to the pavement pushing for this to happen, and it actually happened.
And that ain't it. We pushing for a whole lot of more other legislation being changed and laws being changed and shit is being changed. It's just a long fight. You know what I'm saying?
Let the people know what some of the things that y'all pushing for, if you care to speak on it, if you can.
One of the most historic things is the post-convictions thing. If that means if you've been released, do your parole or probation successfully, and then stay out 2 years after that, then your record is clean, like to an extent. Now, if you apply for certain jobs, you still can't get a gun. We're still 3/5 of a man. If you ever been convicted of a felony, you're always going to be 3/5 of a man because you ain't got all the rights that a regular citizen got. You can never bear arms.
And the 3/5 of men go back to slavery.
Yes, because we've never been fully in the white man's eyes. We've always been less than them.
Right.
Yeah, so it would be, shit wouldn't come up. Now, if you go to apply for certain jobs, government jobs and shit, it would still come up, but it would pretty much wipe your slate clean on a lot of stuff, because that shit affects your housing. You try to get an apartment in San Diego, it's a bitch trying to get an apartment. Even if you do, you better be prepared to spend about $22.50 for a 1-bedroom, 1.5 bath.
And that's you know, gentrification. That's all a part of pushing people out that they don't want in their city for various reasons.
And that's not just
on
in San Diego. That's going on.
That's going on everywhere. Right.
Gentrification is at its best right now.
But gentrification is designed to target people of color.
Yeah.
That's black and brown.
Yeah,
because everybody in the black and brown community is not a criminal or a thug or something like that, but they're still being pushed out.
I hate when people say, "Oh, I'm a product of my environment. The streets made me like this." If you go to any community, Skyline, Lincoln, if you do a percentage of that community, it's only a small percentage of them that are gang members.
Right.
Not a product. You know what turned me into a savage? CNN. Seeing America go to other countries and taking shit from people.
Right.
Made me want to take shit from people. It wasn't my community. I hate when people say that, or say that, oh, you're an ex-gang member, you're doing good, and if you fuck up, you're a gang member. I'm a gang member still to this day, even though I push my shit that I push. I'm still very active in my community. I just use my powers for good instead of evil.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But all that ex-gang member, no, I'm a gang member.
So when people, like you said, CNN is what inspired you when you see America being bullies and you see America being gangsters and taking stuff, and you see America is successful, so everybody want to be successful, so you're gonna apply that to your life too. So when you got other people out here trying to make it seem like everybody that come from certain cities or states are bad, you know, you got that one dude Charlene and other people in other states who will say F California, but you say you for the community, but the majority of people in California ain't even involved in the stuff that you say you against. The majority of people in California and Illinois and all these places, man, they're hardworking citizens trying to make it out of it. So how could you just say F a whole state, homie? That's a contradiction to what you say you are pushing. But we know that. We already know that that's not really what that person is pushing, and he ain't really pushing for the betterment of our people. He's just as much of a cancer as the gangs that he says that he despises. You got a homie right here that's telling you what he's doing in the community, and he's not using his past as an excuse. But
Yeah.
I digress.
Yeah. And my past is who, made me who I am. You know what I'm saying? I would never give up. Our barrio is one of the most cutthroatest, underrated, smallest hoods in San Diego. Our whole existence, but we not only managed to survive, we managed to thrive and grow, and still be like one of the most vicious turfs in San Diego. Because like at one point, there's certain homies that don't fuck with nobody but folks. So everybody is in it. You got some homies that SDC, like myself. I'm SDC. You know what I'm saying? I'm 2s, 3s, and 4s. But some homies don't feel that way. So we always, every time we came out of our barrio and deal with other people, we had to fight or shoot our way out. We always had to go through that shit.
All right, man. You got anything else you wanna say before we end this?
Nah, hey, thank you for having me, bro. It's a pleasure. You know what I'm saying?
You already know, homie, these is conversations that we done had plenty of times behind closed doors.
Yeah.
You one of the people that was pushing me to start this channel when I was just bullshitting saying I was gonna do it.
Yeah.
You was one of the people that was like, man, do it. And man, I'm here for you whenever you need me.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
I appreciate you coming through and showing love to the platform, homie.
And like I told you, homie, you keep doing what you do, man. You got exactly what it takes. The way you represent the hood, bro. The way you know what I'm saying, dive into history and want to know more and more and more. I salute that, bro, because a lot of motherfuckers don't do. That's my whole history. Like I said, when I was coming up, I was under the big homies. I want to know about before I started banging.
Right.
And I see the same thing in you. You got everything it takes to make it, bro.
Right.
Keep pushing. Thank
Right.
you.
That's very important to know your history, and I don't understand when people don't care about their history.
Yeah.
What is you even a part of it for?
Most motherfuckers think they turf started and click before them. And
Right.
They be at a function, they see an old nigga, teeth all busted up,
Yeah.
old nigga. Don't know that this nigga made a way for if you go to prison.
He
you
made
can
it
sit at the
possible.
table,
Right,
nigga.
right.
On the real, to stab white boys so you can sit at a table, bro. You
Right.
just think it's an old nigga. Niggas gotta pay homage. It's levels to this shit. If you in the army, bro, and you 20 years, you're not about to be doing the same shit that boot camp niggas is doing. You about to be
Right.
in the
You
war
level
room,
up.
drawing
And
up
if
war
you in the
plans.
army, you're not gonna be disrespecting the people who came before you, the veterans, the
Yeah.
50, 60, 70-year-olds who fought in these wars,
Yeah.
Vietnam and in World War II and all. You're not gonna be disrespecting them because they paved the way for you. So I don't know why you young dudes do stuff like that now. I love my big homies. I love my little homies. This is one of my big homies, and that's why I got them on the platform, homie. Anybody you see on my platform is somebody I got genuine love for and respect for, homie. So
Likewise, cuz.
yeah, man. On that note, we're gonna go ahead and end it.
You already know, man.
I know you gotta do something. I know you gotta go to work, and I know you want to catch the end of that game. My boy, a
Yeah.
Charger fan. Hold on, I'm a Raider fan. Check it out.
I only didn't wear
Check
my
it out.
I'm about to go change right now to my Charger gear. You feel me? But yeah, it's going down. I'm about to whoop these niggas real quick, man.
Hey,
For
man.
the second time this year.
I don't even know what's going on right now. I ain't checked the score. I don't even care until I get there.
Yeah.
But look, man, you know, I love this team, but I love this city right here. Them is two different things. This is my Loc right here, Raccit Loc.
Appreciate you, homie.
Your friend from that big old end.
Neighborhood.